The event in this ghazwa, in this preparation that I want to comment on, is while digging, some Sahaba faced a very large stone that was unbreakable. And so they called upon the Prophet ﷺ to find a solution. And when the Prophet ﷺ went, he took an axe and said Bismillah, and he hit it. And the stone cracked slightly with the first hit. And he said something amazing, something wild, something unimaginable. He says, Allahu Akbar, I was given the keys of Ash-Sham. It doesn't make sense. The Sahaba, look at where the Sahaba are, in the middle of a trench, in the middle of the cold and hunger, and there's 10,000 people waiting to attack them. And the Prophet ﷺ is giving them the glad tidings of getting the keys of Ash-Sham. How and where and how should they react? Not only that, the Prophet ﷺ gives it another hit, and he says, Allahu Akbar, I was given the keys of Faris. Now, Sham belonged to the Romans at the time, which was the strongest empire at the time, and followed by the Persians. And then he hits it a third and he says, Allahu Akbar, I was given the keys to Yemen. This was a real testing point in that battle. Why? Because it was a test to see who truly believes in the promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who truly believes in the words of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. And a similar situation was when the Prophet ﷺ went for Isra and Mi'raj. That was a great fitna too, because people who believed at the time, once they heard of it, they said this is unmanageable. There's something crazy about this. Unlike when Sayyidina Abu Bakr was only told, that, oh, look at your companion, he said this and this. He said, radiallahu anhu, if he said it, then he did it. Then it happened, then it's true. And that's why he was named as-Siddiq. And so when some people, the people who had weakness in their hearts, heard this statement by the Prophet ﷺ in Ghazwat al-Khandaq, they said, what is this? What is this man saying? Some of us can't even be, we fear to go and relieve ourselves. And this man is saying we will be given this and this. And that was a test as well. They failed to believe in the promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and trust the words of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, after a few ayat in the same surah, Surah Al-Ahzab, لِيَجْزِيَ اللَّهُ الصَّادِقِينَ بِصِدْقِهِمْ وَيُعَذِّبَ الْمُنَافِقِينَ إِنْ شَاءَ أَوْ يَتُوبَ عَلَيْهِمْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ كَانَ غَفُورًا رَحِيمًا. It all happened so Allah may reward the faithful for their faithfulness and punish the hypocrites if He wills, or turn to them in mercy. Surely Allah is all forgiving, most merciful. And this theme recurred a couple of times as well in the Quran. This is not a unique case. In every severe situation and test, there will be the people who will bring down the others and mention all the wrong and the worst of the situation. And then there will be those who give the glad tidings, who keep the believers in check and in position.